Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Yeah Gaming. How y'all doing on this fine Sunday morning, huh? Going to church or something? That's what people do on Sundays? Maybe, I don't even know, man. Drink of the day, we're doing water again. Nice, big, tall glass of refreshing, beautiful water. Cheers, everybody. Woo! Never gets old, never gets old. Listen, kids, and other adults watching this, you can't beat the water, alright? It's the pristine beverage of choice. Anyway, today we're doing something a little different. I thought it'd be fun to do a tier list of every single YouTuber plush I own or I have bought but hasn't shipped yet, which it only applies to 2 of these, but I thought it'd be funny and fun to take a look at every single YouTuber plush I own / will own in the future. So I've compiled and made this tier list here with every single one that I own / will be owning soon. So if I'm missing any, quote unquote, no, I just didn't buy them or I don't have any intentions to buy them, etc., etc. So, without further ado, I think we should just get into this. So, I've put my own plushes on here, both the actual Yeah plush and Handy Dan Series 1. So we'll just start with those, and listen, no bias here from me. I'm gonna be super honest when it comes to my own products and everything, so... And that goes for everyone here. I'm not gonna... A lot of these people are my friends, but no bias, dude. I'm just gonna rank these plushes how I see fit. Some of them are gonna be low. Some of them are gonna be low. Some of them are gonna be high. And that's just how shit goes. Like, there's no hard feelings, dude. I mean, you didn't make it. Some factory in, like, China made it, alright? So it's not a big deal. We're gonna talk about it, alright? Let's go. Alright, let's start off here with the one and only... the Yeah plush. Now, I get requests to bring this thing back a lot. Like, I'll have, like, just, like, people in my DMs, mainly furries, which is kind of funny, being like, yo, when are you gonna bring this back? And, maybe someday we'll bring it back. I have, like, 20 of these. I still need to give some away as, like, contest prizes. We're definitely gonna bring this thing back at some point, maybe revise the design a little bit, because, I mean, here we go. Let's talk about this, right? I think this plush is really good. I think my sample... If we were just ranking this off of the sample that I have in my house right now, like not the ones you could have bought, I think it's easy S tier. We based it off of the FNAF plushies. It's got like the same proportions, and I think it genuinely looks perfect. Like there's nothing like gross printed on. Everything is stitched. The hat looks great. Everything looks great. However, because of how weird these were to make and how kind of complex the face was, a lot of these came out looking really shit, and I'm sorry for that. And there was an issue, too, where the hats were coming, like, deflated, because you had to, like, put them in the dryer or something. I talked to the, Onage, my people, and they started, fluffing them up before shipping them out, but the first couple hundred were looking pretty ugly, which was it definitely hurt my soul a little bit, but I think a lot, like, majority of them look fine, but there are definitely a few that look a little wonky, and I'm sad about that, but... I mean, overall, I think I can confidently give it an A tier. It's not an S. Maybe if everything went perfect with the launch, it would have been an S. And hey, that's what I can strive for if we re-release this plush. I would love to make sure it looks good for all of them, like 100%. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, this is gonna seem like bias as fuck. I don't even care. Handy Dans. Now, it's debatable if these should even be on the list because... They're not, they're kind of YouTuber merch, but, like, not really. They're kind of just, like, a plush thing that we're doing on the side. But at least for Series 1, I'll include it. If we do future series, I would not include it on a tier list like this because, the further we go down the Handy Dan's pipeline, the less connected to me it's going to be, right? So, but at least for Series 1, I'm fine with putting it on this tier list. And I'm also fine with putting it in fucking S tier. Can you think of any other YouTuber doing it like me? Huh? Like, okay... There are, like, blind boxes that Youtooz does. I fucking hate them. They're terrible. Because they give you the option to just buy all of them outright. What the fuck is the point of the blind box if you can just buy them all outright? That does not leave any room for, like, rares or cool shit. No, it's stupid, it's lame. Can you think of any YouTuber doing it like me? With the full set of 6 stands, the cool-ass box. These are, like, really high-quality plushes for how small they are. And there's just so much opportunity for more. Even if I didn't make these, and if I was like doing this from the perspective of someone else, these are easily S tier. Like, there's not a cooler idea on this list than Handy Dan's. And I'm so excited. They're shipping out really soon. If you bought them, you're gonna get them soon. I want everyone to give me their feedback, give me their all that, because we want to keep going, we want to keep improving. And yeah, I'm just really excited for that. So I'm putting them in S tier. That's where they belong. I mean, I don't know what to say. That's where they belong. I'm being 100%. Alright, next up we have the Pastra plushes, all 3 of them, even though the Lankman plush has not shipped yet because it just ended the campaign. I put it on here anyway because I did buy it, and I will own it someday. And I have a pretty good idea of how it looks. I've seen like 360s of it or whatever, so I have a pretty decent idea. So we'll start with the original Clyde plush here. I'm actually a big fan of the original Clyde plush. I think it's really good. I think it's like, okay, so here's the thing. I think Makeshift has such a weird hit or miss, like, reputation with their plushes. A lot of them look really garbage, and that's because a lot of them follow the same kind of, like, cookie-cutter mold, or at least, like, the same kind of, like, vibe, which I don't really like that much. I think they're kind of weird. However, and this goes for the fnom plushes as well, I think that these are all 5 of these Makeshift plushes look great, to some degree. Like, I think they don't, they don't, like, fall under that, like, mold that well. And I think they all look really unique and really fun. And I think Makeshift's been doing a better job at doing that recently. So, I mean, props to them. But we are going to rank this Clyde plush here. And, I mean, because it's a more simple design, because it's Makeshift, all of these came out looking pretty good. I have not seen a weird-looking Clyde. I think it'd be hard to fuck these up. And it's a really, like, fun, like, fuzzy plush. Like, I think you can take the hoodie off. I'd get mine and test it, but I don't care that much. I think you can. Because I think the horns are connected to the hoodie. I mean, I think the face looks great. It looks just like Zach's art style. The print on for the like the horns and stripes is a little bad in some spots, but it's not like terrible. Like it's not really enough to even like ding it in anywhere. I think it looks fine. Overall, I will be giving this an S tier. And by the way, I'm not ranking these tiers, so S tier is kind of like a hodge smudge or whatever. But yeah, I would give this an S tier. I think it's a great plush for what it is, for what it's trying to be. Especially for a Makeshift plush, I think this thing looks great. Very consistent, didn't see very many, like, errors or whatever. Which, I mean, doesn't apply to, like, any other plush on this list. It really just is the yeah plush because of how weird the face shape was. I love the face shape, don't get me wrong, but it was apparently hard for the manufacturers to get it look good every single time. That's not really an issue for any other plushes here. So I will be giving the Clyde plush an S tier. I think it's really good. However, the Zombie Clyde plush, I'm going to be giving a fucking D tier. I don't like this thing. I'm sorry, Zach, if you're watching this. I'm really sorry. Okay, let me run through this. I get why it looks the way it does, right? Because it was part of their glow-in-the-dark line, which, I mean, I think that cursed it from the get-go. I think because it had to glow in the dark, it couldn't even be the right color. So Zombie Clyde is like a, kind of like a, I don't even know what color specifically. It's like a weirdish, kind of like fun green color. I'll have an image if I can find it on like Twitter or Google image search or something. But that's what Zombie Clyde's supposed to look like color-wise. And it's just like white for some reason. And I get why it's white. It's so it can glow in the dark. But it just, I don't care about that aspect of the plush. I don't think it adds any points to it. It's just whatever. And I think that hinders the design a lot. And this one isn't fluffy, which I think may be a W for some people. I really don't like that this one isn't fluffy. I don't know. That's a really subjective point. I think some people will like that it's more smooth because I think that represents the Clyde character a little better, probably. But I really liked how fluffy the first one was. I really just don't like this plush that much. I feel like if the colors were right and it was the same like texture as the original Clyde, I'd probably be a little more like cool with it. But as it stands, I don't know. It's just not as fun to, like, mess around with. It's not as fun to, like, touch. It's just, it looks wrong. It looks diseased. Which maybe that fits for a zombie, but it's, like, diseased in the wrong way. I'm sorry, I don't like this thing that much. It's whatever. You know, the original Clyde got an S tier, which was part of my preface for how much I don't really like this plush. But the Lankman plush is pretty good. The Toon Lankman, specifically, from Dreams of an Insomniac, this is. And I think this plush is pretty good. I think the face is really cute. I think it looks like the character pretty accurately. I don't know. I don't have much to say. It looks kind of small. It probably is the same size. I mean, I haven't seen it. I don't actually own this plush yet because it's coming in the mail eventually. But I'll give it a B. I think it's fine. It's a very like middle of the road. You know, it works. It looks like the character. It's cute. But I mean, I can't really say much until I actually get it. So for now, it'll be a B. Could go higher, could go lower, depending on what I feel like when I get it. But now we're moving on to the fnom plushes, which is the normal fnom and the glow-in-the-dark fnom. So let's start with the normal fnom, or Fi, I should say. I think this plush is really cute. I mean, it looks like the character pretty accurately. It's really well put together. I really don't have much to say about this one. I think it just looks very good. I would probably give this one... I would probably give this one an A tier. I think it's less points because the design is not as complex as Clyde, so it's not as impressive that this plush exists. But I think it's really good. I think it's very cute. And I'd also give the glow-in-the-dark fnom plush also an A tier, because as much as I don't really like that it's white, I get why it's white, obviously glow-in-the-dark. That makes more sense for the character because they can change color. I kind of wish they changed the expression. I don't know if white Fi even has a designated expression. I can't think of it right now. But if it does, I mean, kind of a missed opportunity to not do it. Which, I mean, maybe it'd go in maybe it'd go in S tier if they did do that, because I feel like that's the next step up, right? But the big thing about this plush, because realistically it's probably a B tier, but the big thing about this plush is that it's double the size of the original Fi, which is great. I kind of wish they did that with Zombie Clyde, because I'd probably give it more points there, because then there's something about it that's different, other than, you know, the skin or whatever. But I like that this plush is double the size, and another fun thing about this plush is that it has Velcro on its hand to hold a little heart. The heart is green for some reason. I kind of wish it was white, just to match it. It doesn't really match that well, but, you know, it's cute. I like it a lot. It's very cute. All right, out of the makeshift plushes here, now we are on to the MR Springs plushes that I purchased, which is the original turtle plush and then the Slinky plush. Let's go to the turtle plush first. I think it's all right. It's pretty good. I think it pretty accurately looks like the character, you know, it's trying to be. I think the eyes are a little wonky looking, almost. I don't really know what's going on there. I feel like the shape of the eyes is just not accurate to how the character normally looks. It's a little weird, the face. And then another thing I don't really like is I get this as, I don't know, part of their, like, signature or something. I just really don't like on the back of the shell, there's just, like, a really poorly, like, drawn out and then like written thing that says merch review on it. It just looks really ugly. Like I get it, it's kind of cute, right? But I don't know, I think the back of the shell is just kind of insanely other than that though, I think this is a fine plush. It's whatever. It's not like crazy good or anything, but it gets the job done, and I feel like I could give it a little more points if the face wasn't so weird and the shell didn't kind of like me off. But other than that, it's fine, it's cute. I'm gonna give this one a C tier. It's alright. The Slinky plush, I like a lot more. I had a little bit of help, just kind of like tweaking this thing, because the original version of it, I'm not gonna throw it on screen, because not my place to do it, but the original version of this plush had terrible proportions. I think it was probably like a D tier plush. It was like really bad. And I told Springs, tell Onaj, the people who do this plush, to like condense the proportions to be a little more like chibi, and it looks great now. I have this plush. It's very big. It's very cute. I like it a lot. I think the eyes look a lot better on this character. This one is this one is probably A tier. I just like this plush a lot. I like this character design a lot. I think it's my favorite character they do. I like this plush a lot. I think the bow looks good, and it also has, like the big fnom plush, it also has a little bit of Velcro on the hand, and then it holds a tiny turtle plush, which is just really cute. Which kind of makes the original turtle plush just fucking irrelevant, because now we got that one, which is, I mean, it's a little like kind of like small shitty one, but it's cute and it works in the context of that plush, so I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it an A tier. It's very good. All right, now we are on to the plushes that are just on their own. They're not part of a set. They're not part of a group. We have Dags, David Barron, Bleema, aka Chazington, Rye Toast, and Plain Trace. Now, I'm going to do something that because I forgot about the Dags plush. I'm sorry, I forgot about the Dags plush when I was talking about Zombie Clyde. I'm moving Zombie Clyde up. It's going to C tier, because the only plush that actually deserves to be in the bottom tier is the Dags plush. I'm sorry, Dags, if you're watching this. I'm really sorry. But I've had this fucking thing on my shelf for so long, and I look at it every day, and I hate this plush. I think it looks really bad. I can't even hold it in anymore. I think this plush looks really bad. Okay, the hair is a nightmare. The hair looks fucking hideous. I don't even know what's happening with the hair. I feel like there is ways you could have fucking converted the hair of the Dags character to a plush, but this is not it. It just looks like a big fucking thing of shit on the head. I just don't like it. I think this plush is also way too fucking big. It is like it's like 1.5 times the size of the Yeah plush, and it costs the same. And I don't think it benefits it. It's just really hard to display places, and I think the face has like it has like teeth in the mouth, but it has like one tooth on one side and then like a shitty small tooth on the other and then another tooth. It just looks really weird. The scarf looks fine. The jacket looks fine, I guess. I think the body shape is really bad. I would not design a plush with like a weird kind of like cylinder body shape like that. Personally, I think it's a little weird. I'm sorry, I just don't like this plush. I hope one day you can give it another shot with like a different company or something, because I feel like there is definitely potential with the character for sure to some extent, but I just really don't like this plush. And I can say this, I've had to look, this thing is sitting on my shelf right now, I'm looking at it right now. This thing sits on my shelf every single day, and I don't even know. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Dags. I had to just let it out. I'm sorry. If I was gonna say it, it was gonna be here. It's gonna be here. All right, next up we have the Lil Guy plush, aka the David Barron plush. And this one was designed by my editor and my good friend Alice. Worked with David Barron on this one, and I think it turned out pretty good. I will probably give this one a B tier, just like straight off the bat. I don't want to cock tease you too much there. I think it's a good plush, and yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, there's not really any print on it besides the main, like, overall body because of, like, the gradient. But to be honest, I think it looks pretty good. I think they did a good job with the gradient. It looks a little muted, maybe. Like, it's not super vibrant, which is one thing. But, I mean, the hoodie looks good. That's embroidered, like, the design on the hoodie. It's pretty big. It's bigger than the Yeah plush by a little bit, which is cool. I don't know. It's just, I can't really say much. I think the expression is cute. No mouth is... I don't know how to feel with the no mouth. It works. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think the eyes, maybe like the little things on the bottom of the eyes are a little weird. Some of them, I feel like they could have been reworked a little bit. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good plush. And I think Alice and David did a pretty good job. Definitely, yeah, I think beside the Lankman plush is a good spot for the David plush there. All right, next up is the other plush that I don't have yet because this has not shipped yet for some reason. This is the Bleema the Wonder Cat plush from Chaz. I think this plush is really funny. It doesn't like look the best per se, but I think it's funny. I'm probably gonna give this one a B also. It works for what it is. Obviously, I don't have it in my hands yet, so you know, ranking could go up or down depending on when I get it. But I think it looks. I mean, it's a little weird looking, but I think it's kind of cute, and I think that's also kind of the point. Obviously I know the context of this character within Chazington's channel or whatever. I'm not weirded out by that. I bought it for a reason, right? But, yeah, I don't know. I'll once again, opinion subject to change on that one. You know, could go up, could go down depending on when I get it. But, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, finally, we have the Youtooz plushes, which there's only 2 of, for Rye Toast and Plain Trace. Starting with Rye Toast, like, okay, here's the thing with Youtooz. I think a lot of their plushes are so hit or miss. Some of them are great. When they start using a fuck ton of screen printing, they look complete garbage, which is a lot of them, which really sucks. But I will say, neither of these use any screen printing as far as I can tell, and they both look pretty good for what they are. And the Rye Toast plush is easily fucking S tier. This thing is awesome. It's just a big, like, essentially, it's just a big fucking pillow. Like, I love this thing a lot. It's really cute. It looks like the character. And the Youtooz eyes work so well in this one because it looks like it's like happy or sleeping. I don't know. I really love this plush. It's super soft. It's super cute. I think Isaac, aka the Baddest, has told me multiple times they regret not buying this plush. And I'm like, yeah, you should. This is a really good YouTuber plush. It's probably the best one on this entire list, which I'm surprised I'm saying for a Youtooz plush. But it's really not like any Youtooz plush I've ever seen before. This is definitely one of their best, like, for sure. And it's probably underrated, like, in the grand scheme of Youtooz stuff, but it's definitely one of their best. Like, I love this plush a lot. It's very good. Rye Toast and Youtooz killed it. It is a very good plush. I love it a lot. Finally, we have the Plain Trace plush, and it would be easy for me to give this D tier here, because it's extremely simple. I don't think it's worth the money, per se. Like, you're paying the same amount for any other Youtooz, but for literally just, like, a blank white plush with no features. However, that is just Plain Trace's character, so it's hard for me to, like, bash on it, really. I'm gonna give it D anyway. Theoretically, maybe it deserves C. It's D. It's whatever. I think it's not even anyone's fault involved, really. I just don't think this needed to exist, and I don't think like this character design just it's just nothing. It's like when Dream makes a plush of his stupid fucking character. It's like the same thing. It's like, Did this really need to exist? I don't think so. And I don't want Dags to be lonely in D tier, so Plain Trace, unfortunately, you're getting the D tier. You're just not very interesting with the plush there, but I mean, hey, look, I mean, for a Youtooz plush, I guess you could, like, make it, like, a DIY thing. If you wanted it for that, it's pretty good, I guess. But other than that, yeah, this is the YouTuber plush tier list for plushes that I own / bought. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't want to move anything around. I think I'm pretty content with it. You know, I like the Clydes being where they are, and I like the Phis being where they are, and I think the Handy Dans and the Yaz and the Dags and the other ones, they're all in good spots. I wouldn't move them too much, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Gaming, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.